So today I'm going to start with a new topic of learning management lessons from the Hindu mythology. And to start with, I'm going to present the very first chapter in this series, that is on drawing analogy between Samudra Manthan and Samudra of the coronavirus. So we're going to learn the ongoing activities which are there from the coronavirus phase, and we're going to take a lesson from the management perspective and see what lessons we can apply in the current pandemic. So I think more or less people know about the Samudra Manthan story, but I'm going to narrate this story, and in between the story, I'm going to draw the analogy with the terms or with the concepts that have some relation with the coronavirus. So, in between the story only, I'm going to relate that and draw the analogy with the Samudra Manthan. So, in the story of the Samudra, which in this case has been termed as the coronavirus, Manthan, that is the process of vaccine development for coronavirus, the Devas, that is the Indra and the other divinities. In my case, I have drawn analogy with the stakeholders with the good intentions. Now these could be anybody, maybe the doctors, the politicians, or the other professionals who have good intentions to become victorious over this battle with the coronavirus. So the devas were once cursed by the sage called Durvasa. The curse from the mismanaged micro environmental variables. So in this case, I have drawn analogy with the mismanaged environmental factors by the corporates, by the people in general. So Durvasa Rishi gave curse to the devas, such as they will lose all their strength. On the other hand, the asuras, that is the demons, that is the stakeholders with the bad intentions in my story, then win them in a battle and take control of the universe. After losing the battle from the asuras, the devas go to the Lord Vishnu, that is the god, for the help, and who advises that only the nectar, in this case, it is a vaccine that resides at the bottom of the celestial ocean of milk, that is Shir, Sagar, that is milk plus ocean, sometimes alluded to the Milky Way galaxy, can make them strong again. And they would become immortal here, longer life and immunity in my story. However, the ocean would need to be churned in order for the nectar to surface, and this was a task they couldn't do all alone. Considering the bereft of energy, they would seek the help of the demons or the asuras for this, and with the layer of nectar, that is the vaccine that needs to be developed with the manthan of Samudra. Now, churning is the process of making butter from milk, that is, vigorously shaking the milk to separate the butter, cream, and the water elements from the milk. The analogy has been drawn with the development of a vaccine, which is being taken in a lot of corporates in India and in global level also. Yashoda, the mother of Krishna, is often depicted in images where she is churning milk by pulling two ends of rope tied to a wooden rod that is dipped in a pot of milk. For the churning of the ocean, the Devas sought help of the mountain Mandara. In this case, the mountain Mandara has been taken as the resource that we need for developing resources. So the Devas sought the help of the mountain to serve as the churning rod. On the other hand, Vasuki, the king of snakes, the snake around Lord Shiva's neck, that is, the resources for the vaccine, were approached to serve as a rope for churning and to be bound around Mount Mandara. The Devas were to pull one end of the giant serpent and the Asuras the other. The demons, the Asuras, held the head of the snake while the Devas its tail. The churning went on for 1000 years. In this case, the time for developing vaccine, it may be just few months from now onwards. The analogy for the further story will be drawn in due course of time on the basis of the future outcome, because nobody knows what future outcome will be in the coming months. But certainly, I would like to complete the whole story and draw further analogy, which is my suggestion or my viewpoint. The force of the churning was so great that the mountain began to sink. Lord Vishnu then took the form of a huge turtle, that is Kurma avatar, and like an island supported the mountain on his back. The asuras turned pale due to the fumes and coming out of the mouth of Vasuki the snake as they were very closer to the head. Then a terrible poison came out from the ocean. Well, in this case, it could be the failed vaccine or maybe the vaccines which are not showing very productive result on the patients. As and when vaccine has to go through the different trial levels, so the poison could be related with all those failed attempts or maybe the attempts which are not very fruitful in case of vaccine development. Then Lord Shiva swallowed the poison and his throat turned blue since then. A number of valuables, 14 in total, that is in this case byproducts in case of coronavirus, which only time will tell. Well, nobody knows what impact or what effect this medicine will have on individuals. Will they become more immune people or will they become strong people or will they have weaker immune system or whatsoever, because only time can tell what impact will this medicine have on the people suffering from different diseases. So there were total 14 byproducts in case of coronavirus, which only time will tell, which emerged from the ocean, which were divided by the devas and the asuras. Kamdhenu, the wish granting cow, was taken by Vishnu and given to the sages, that is, the rishis and the munis. Uchesh Ravas, the seven-headed horse, was given to demons and asuras. Ravata, the white elephant, was taken by Indra, the king of Devas. Parijat, the tree with the never-fading blossoms, were taken by Devas to Swarg or heaven. Varuni, the creator of wine or alcohol, was taken by the asuras. Then finally emerged Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth. She chose to marry Lord Vishnu. Also produced was Chandra, the moon, which adorned Lord Shiva's hair. Finally, Dhanvantari, the divine physician, emerged, holding a pot of nectar. The Devas and the Asuras both began to fight over it. Now, in this case, in the story, as we know, as in when the vaccine will be developed, there might be conflicts among different bad stakeholders to take claim of this or to take credit of this. It may be due to politics or due to the self interest. They might delay the vaccine or they might want to take the whole credit of this. Well, that only time can tell. We had Garuda, the Vishnu's eagle, adopted as the national emblem of Indonesia and the name of its national airline, took the pot and flew away. A few drops of the nectar fell in Prayag, that is Allahabad, and three other places, Haridwar, Ujjain, and Nasik, where the Kumbh Mela is celebrated every 12 years. One of the Asuras got hold of the pot. The Devas then appealed to the Lord Vishnu. He took the form of beautiful woman Mohini and distracted the asuras. Volunteering to distribute the nectar to all of them, she gives some nectar each of the devas. Rahu, Ketu, and Asura took the form of Deva and joined the line of devas receiving the nectar. He gets a sip. Vishnu immediately cut off the head of the demon. Likewise, in today's time, government and the good stakeholders need to cut the demons, if any. Well, as of now, we do not know who these people are for effective distribution of the vaccine. So, anybody who is trying to create a barrier in vaccine production or in vaccine distribution or trying to delay the whole process should be cut off from the whole system. But it had become immortal in two parts: Rahu, the head, and Ketu, the body. Rahu swallows the sun and the moon at the regular intervals, causing ellipses. By the time the rest of the Asuras realized what was happening, and the beautiful Mohini was actually Lord Vishnu, the nectar had been distributed to the Devas. The rejuvenated Devas were able to defeat the Asuras in battle and regain their glory. Hope this time too, Devas are able to cut the defeat and demons and regain their glory in modern times as well. So I think it's high time we need to take a lesson from the Samudra Manthan, which happened ages long ago in our Indian culture. That was all for the first chapter. We'll be back with the second chapter very soon. Thank you so much.